players before their economies were fully built up and they had all of their upgrades. And at this point, how do you get traction against this? Only a few farms are working. We've got 30 idols, and we're down to 129 populations. Our military's down to 16. I don't think there's coming back from this. Could be wrong. I mean, the score looks fantastic. 3 times the score. This is what I would expect if you were steamrolling all of these. But I think just didn't quite get purple out early enough, and even red is still being annoying, still sending in a few units, and then showing up every once in a while. There's too many trebuchets, too many gold-intensive units, too many different types of units. You can't even properly counteract all of these. And even starting to get some siege onagers coming in. Commons have everything. It's so ridiculous. Even have siege onager. Yeah, we're getting all these probably elite, nope, not elite warwind, but you can see they got all the upgrades. There's so many upgrades for all these units coming in now. Like, these are strong units, and they're just getting spammed in here. And just your whole economy is idle all the time, even though it looks like you've got, you know, so many units. All these are counting as farmers and lumberjacks, I'm sure, as they just run around being killed. Yeah, I think this is over. We can just, it'll honestly be any second now, I'm sure. Unless it's going to be spiteful. But everything's on fire. Nothing's really working. It's going to lose a little bit of performance there. Everything's on fire. Nothing's working properly. We're not making 2 skirmishers right now. I don't even know where you'd send those. As soon as they've got this many trebuchets and you can't fight that off, yeah, it's kind of over right there. We're even getting pushed here on this side. More trebuchets on this side. I don't know why it's not calling it right now. GG, man. It's okay. Put up a great fight, and even it made it competitive for a long time there, but I'm not sure what the condition is it's waiting for. Maybe when the town center is destroyed or something, it'll call it. Yeah, it didn't even wait that long. Well, you know, it had a really good start. Kind of slipped away sometime after killing red, and either before or during the failed attack on purple, I'd say. I mean, you can see the completely unharassed economies. Like, how do you outproduce all of these economies? I like the little towers everywhere for the Koreans. That's cute. You can see the Huns not really prioritizing farms here. They seem to have fewer farms than everybody else. I think just going for a lot of cavalry archers maybe, so doing a lot of gold and wood instead, because they have about the same number of villagers as everybody else. And even a bunch more units in the back here they weren't even using. Oh, didn't look at this one. Yeah, and even red managed to hang on. Like, red never actually resigned. So let's take a look at the stats here. So by far the biggest score, but that doesn't always translate into map control, especially when you're up against so many other players. And biggest army was actually the Turks, which were the civilization furthest away from the blue player. Didn't go for any janissaries or bombard cannons or any of that characteristic stuff, but yeah, still contributed a lot. And nice unit kills though, I like that. And a ton of units lost, not quite as good of a ratio, but by the end there, I think they just lost a lot of units, basically for free. Managed to collect a lot of resources though, pretty good economy. And yeah, so like we saw in the game, it had about double the villagers, so I really think you'd be able to take 4 consistently every time, I think. But I think 7's just too much, unless it is able to know to rush them and take them out right away, which to be fair, maybe sometimes it does, but I wouldn't say it does that every time. I'm sort of looking for, the main goal here was to see if we think it could beat 7 AI every time, and not so much. I mean, you can see there was a period here where hit feudal, came out with the army, everybody else fast castled, with Blada being the slowest because he couldn't find his sheep. But yeah, they had no army. Like, that was when you hit. And then even when it went to castle, a bunch of these didn't have anything. They were just going to Imperial Age. So if you targeted any of those, still probably could have taken them out. But once you hit Imperial and you try to boom, they're all booming as well. And you can see the dark shades as their military, and it just kept expanding their military. Although purple never really got going there. And red was pretty close, but managed to come back a little bit and even contribute a bit of military. So overall, I gotta say, no, I don't think it can take on 7 of the old AIs every time. Now that being said, the old AI does actually seem to be better. Saw a couple of tricks that it was doing that the old AI had never done before. Now, I have confirmed that if it's in a free-for-all against 7 of the old AIs, then yes, it will win, and it does steamroll it in a way very similar to what was described in the article. Either way, it was an impressive performance and definitely kept it competitive for a lot longer than I thought it was going to be able to. Really shows how far the AI has come. But that's all. Hey, what are you trying to wall up? This board here. A little bit of pressure. So let's see, we got the Turks just booming right now. Cleaning up this weird attack by the Malians. Why are they sending in men-at-arms? Huh. And just hitting Imperial Age, I have to say the AI I'm most disappointed in right now is the Franks. They've had the whole game completely unharassed, just expand their economy, and I feel like they have enough villagers here. I just don't know what they're spending the resources on. Let's go, let's get some knights, let's get Cavalier, let's get Paladin. Paladins would be a... AMC. We see Blue making pretty serious push on purple here. And going around, and Elite Mega Hussar is just so annoying when it goes into raids, and it gets attack bonuses against Siege, and just a very annoying unit to deal with. Yeah, I think purple's the next one to go. Again, like I said, purple was sort of the disappointing one for me here, that it just didn't play Franks very well. And that's not even one of the new civilizations. So it's not just that playing a new civilization, they don't know how to play it. It's even some of the old civilizations. Just makes sort of weird choices sometimes. You see this all Siege army. Kind of lucky there's no evil warriors around. It's a very dangerous thing to have without any support. But I think this one's pretty much wrapped up. It's going to be ahead. We're going to see if anything interesting happens. But I think the AI's got this on lockdown. This is much better, I thought, than the last game, not just because they had two of them, you know, they can keep the gold and everything, but yeah, a little undershots like that. But even beyond that, I think the early raids, especially by blue, was much more effective. Even green got basically knocked out, and the green, not a lot of resilience from the old AI. Both orange and green got just a little bit of pressure and basically stopped making military entirely. And I would think purple's going to resign here pretty soon. You can see he just sent all of his resources to teal. And I mean, teal's got a couple of castles still. I don't think he'll give up when he's still got 3 castles. And I'm trying to go for a 4th. But yeah, this is over now. It's 2 versus 1. And blue seems to be backing up. Yeah, it kind of gets confused by walls sometimes. I mean, that being said, teal's got 3 relics, so, you know, you never know, right? And I'm really curious, once all the villagers die, is it just going to give up? It's making 1 crosswoman right now, and still hanging on. Red's like, I need to wait for you. And blue, I'm just going to take this down with siege onagers. Yeah, but I thought that was a pretty solid boom. I'm just going to go around and take a look while they clean up the last couple of castles here with siege. Pretty solid boom back home. What have we got? Yeah, see, this is so impressive. They only have 68 villagers right now. So the AI is definitely transitioning from, like, it had way more villagers than that, right? It had like 120 to 130 at one point. And it seems to do a transition to fewer villagers. Although hard to say, a bunch of these might actually be trade cards now that I think about it. But no, even still, we're still talking about, it was up at like 130 and it starts dropping down. It transitions more into heavy military, which is a real strategy, where you overboom a little bit and then call your villager numbers later. So that stuff is kind of small, but I find really impressive. So let's go back and just take a look. Just eventually steamroll them with siege and cavalry archers, which is the right thing to do. And the Maker player with the cavalry archers with 8 range and also the elite Maker